Daniel Ricciardo is no longer single. That's right, people, he's off the market, and judging from the recent pictures he shared on Instagram, the racer is more than happy with his new partner. But here's something interesting about his girlfriend that we bet you didn't know. She's actually the daughter of Gerhard Berger. In today's video, we'll be telling you all about Ricciardo's new girlfriend, Heidi Berger, who's the daughter of a 10-time Grand Prix winner. First up, here's what we know. Recently, there were a lot of speculations about the McLaren driver's love life. Many rumors were floating around, romantically connecting him with Heidi Berger, and well, the Aussie has finally confirmed everything. That's right, in a recent Instagram post, Daniel Ricciardo shared a bunch of photographs and videos of him and his love interest. Now, this might not sound like a big deal to many, but if we know anything about Ricciardo, it's that he rarely shares anything about his personal life on social media, especially when it comes to his love life. The racer is exceptionally secretive, so we wonder what compelled him to upload these pictures. It really couldn't be the rumors because they've actually been there for quite a while. In fact, they first began last October, almost a year ago. Well, maybe the Aussie just wants to let the world know that he's committed. It's definitely very romantic. Before Heidi, there were only 2 relationships of his that were made public. One of them was with Jessica Gomes, a Perth-based model. The second and most recent one was with Jemma Boskovich, his high school sweetheart. Now, he's taking his latest relationship to a new level by posting about it to his 7.3 million followers. But fans are wondering, who is Heidi Berger? Up next, here's all you need to know about Ricciardo's girlfriend. Now, some of you might have already established the connection between Heidi's surname and that of Gerhard Berger, the Austrian F1 legend. He is indeed her father. Now that's amazing, isn't it? Well, we're confident that he and Ricciardo will have a lot to talk about. Anyway, let's get back to Heidi. She's an aspiring actress and is currently a student at New York University. Seems like talent runs in the family. The 24-year-old studied theater in London for a year, after which she managed to get hold of different roles. She's worked in A Única Mulher, a Portuguese soap opera, among many others. According to an interview, her father was exceptionally proud of this role. Apart from this, the aspiring actress also appeared in Berger, Chasing Minds in 2018. Well, it's safe to assume that she's going to be a big hit soon enough. The rumors of her relationship with Ricciardo were confirmed when both of them took to Instagram and posted pictures from a recent hiking trip. The Aussie race car driver gave a pretty sweet caption for his pictures with his girlfriend writing "us," which was accompanied by a smiley face. Isn't that cute? And knowing the fact that the McLaren driver rarely posts pictures of his romantic partners, we can easily say that they're pretty serious. Apparently, the two have been together since 2019. Reports claim that the two were once spotted in June that year, traveling together in a helicopter. Moving on, let's take a look at her father's career. Heidi Berger is currently trying to make a name for herself as an actor, but she's not the only famous person in the family. It's safe to assume that her father, Gerhard Berger, will be remembered for generations to come. The Austrian race car driver had the opportunity to drive with the all-time legend Ayrton Senna. In his 14-year-long career, he was signed by Ferrari and McLaren to represent them on the track. Now that's a very cool coincidence, considering the fact that Ricciardo is currently a McLaren driver. Berger also played a pretty significant role in contributing to his team's constructor titles in 1990 and 1991. And not to mention, he's a 10-time Grand Prix winner. Ricciardo, up till now, has managed to snag 8 wins, which puts his girlfriend's old man in the lead. The Austrian driver, in his 14-season-long career, managed to get 48 podiums, 12 poles, and 21 fastest laps. His resume holds 210 starts, out of which he led 33. In our opinion, this definitely makes him one of the most experienced drivers out there. Compared to him, Ricciardo falls a little behind. But it's also important to know that he's only been in the sport for 11 years, so he's got plenty of time to catch up. And yep, we understand that things really aren't going in the poor Australian's favor on track, but maybe having such a professional close by might help him. Apart from this, it's good to know that the McLaren driver isn't letting the pressure get to him, even if his career with McLaren is hanging by a pretty worn-out thread. He's set to be replaced pretty soon by a young Oscar Piastri after his subpar performance on the tracks for 18 months. But apart from this, we hope that everything is going smoothly for him. And who knows, we just might find a bit more about his relationship in the Netflix F1 series Drive to Survive. That's all we have for Ricciardo and his newly confirmed girlfriend, with a father who also had a career in F1. Now let's catch you up with everything else that's been going on in the sport. Here's some other news for you. First up, what does Ricciardo's F1 future hold for him? The Aussie has been part of McLaren's roster since 2021, but his future there seems rather uncertain at the moment. Over the last 18 months, his demand in the F1 market has decreased considerably, and now he's set to be replaced by Alpine's Oscar Piastri. Even though the 33-year-old still has a year left on on his contract, it looks like he'll be given his salary for the 2023 season as compensation. But what will he do in the upcoming season? Well, from the looks of it, the McLaren driver has two options. He could either take on the role of a reserve driver for any of the top F1 teams, or simply take a year off. The 8-time Grand Prix winner has revealed that he's not too proud to become a reserve driver for 2023. There's a possibility that Mercedes might just be willing to offer him that role, but the team's current star, Lewis Hamilton, believes that Ricciardo is far too talented to waste his time as a reserve, and we totally agree with him. But right now, his only realistic options are Haas or Williams. There's a slight possibility that he might rejoin Alpine, but the team might still hold his swift abandonment to join McLaren in 2021 against him. Well, it's been a pretty tough situation for the Perth-raised driver, but we probably will have to wait and see. Moving on, is retirement on the table for Hamilton? The British race car driver, Sir Lewis Hamilton, is quite possibly the greatest driver of all time. With 7 world championships to his name, the Mercedes driver is in the running to become the racer with the greatest number of titles to his name. But will he be saying goodbye to the tracks anytime soon? Many rumors were going around the internet saying that Hamilton was close to retirement, but it seems like it's all false. The Mercedes driver recently said that he's feeling healthier than he's ever felt. He also went on to state that he loves what he's doing and doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon. Now that's something we all like to hear. Hamilton signed on with Mercedes in 1997 as a McLaren Junior and has been with the team ever since. Such a long partnership between a team and its driver is pretty rare, but clearly it's working out really well. The Brit also implied that he's looking at contract extensions as there's a lot more to accomplish together. So maybe we'll finally be able to see Hamilton get that 8th title. Lastly, who earns the most in F1? We're sure that at least once you've wondered how much the drivers earn to race around the track. Well, the competition in F1 is insane, as there are only 20 people participating from around the world, so it's a given that their salaries will be pretty high. Lewis Hamilton, as expected, is currently the highest paid F1 driver. The 37-year-old earns about $40 million, which puts him far ahead of his peers. Max Verstappen, Hamilton's rival, is right behind him with $25 million. He was recently given a $5 million raise following his controversial win in Abu Dhabi. Lando Norris, the rising star of McLaren, is currently receiving a salary of $20 million, and if he continues to give stellar performances, then one can expect his salary to increase immensely. And lastly, Daniel Ricciardo is currently signed on with a salary of $15 million, which makes him one of the highest paid F1 drivers, but who knows what the figure will be after he leaves McLaren. That's a wrap for this video, folks. Hope you enjoyed today's content. What do you think of Ricciardo's present relationship? Do you think Gerhard Berger approves of him as a potential son-in-law? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos like this. See you in the next one with the latest updates.